they were going to speak to each other. Now, how could you speak through the jail? There's no windows. The answer is there's a sewer system. But the sewer system in the Soviet jails are unlike the sewer system in American jails. In the back of every cell was a canal. The canal was angled to a central pipe where, if you had to relieve yourself, where everything fell into. You have to understand, the filth and the stench of this canal made it highly improbable that people would try to communicate. But communicate they did. And so they agreed that at 2 a.m. they would speak to each other. And here were two Hasidim, giants of the Hasidic world, unaware of their greatness. The whole world rested on their shoulders. And these two giants of Hasidim, Rav Mendel and Rav Moshe, at 2 a.m. began to speak. Mendel broke the ice and said, Moshe. And Moshe said, Mendel! And Mendel asked Rav Moshe, how you doing, Moshe? Are you happy? And Moshe says, are you crazy? Am I happy? Here? Who knows whether I'll see the light of day, whether I'll see my family, whether I can breathe fresh air and free air again. How can I be happy here? How can I be satisfied with being here? And Rav Mendel said, I'm sorry. You must be happy, because right now all they have is your body. If you're not happy, then they have your neshama, they have your soul. If you're not happy, then they have your soul. Rav Mendel wasn't satisfied with that. He arranged that Rav Moshe should be in his room for 30 days. I told you how. He bribed them. The bribe worked, and they were together for 30 days. And for 30 days, they worked long hours, sometimes as much as 16-hour days. And at night they would pray, but after their prayers, they would reminisce. Fabreng, we call it. Reminisce, tell stories of the Rebbes, and recall the words and the tales of the Hasidim and the kinds of lives that they led. And after 30 days, they separated. They never saw each other again until the mid-60s, when Rav Moshe moved back to Kfar Chabad in 1966, or 65, 65. He moved back to Kfar Chabad. And Rav Mendel had already gotten his freedom in a couple of years earlier and was brought to London, and they saw each other in 770. But until then, they didn't see each other. That month, they were with each other day and night, and they reminisced, and they sang songs, and they talked over the concepts that we're about to study, how God is always with us. And after 30 days it was over. Rav Moshe stayed in his cell, went to different jails, as did Rav Mendel. And each one of them survived to lead the Hasidic movement secretly in those days, those years, till they finally reached Israel and England. This story was told by Rav Moshe Vyshetsky at the occasion of the wedding of one of his children. And he said, I merited now to see the Rebbe many times. I have a position as a mashpia, as a spiritual guide to hundreds of students. And in the city, I'm the official, he was the official mashpia in Kfar Chabad to hundreds of families. And I've seen the weddings of all of my children. But the happiest days of my life were those 30 days with Rav Mendel Futterfass in that jail. Well, you see, happiness is a state of mind. Happiness is a perspective. Happiness requires attention and focus. And happiness is possible anywhere, anytime, by anyone.